When Katie Johnson, a Marine Corps veteran, moved to the Upper Peninsula, she noticed a significant need in the area.
I discovered there's nothing up here at all. There are no service dog organizations. And I didn't really consider myself qualified, honestly, to run one. But when I saw how lacking it was up here and how big the need was, I'm like, well, I can do something.
After Katie returned from a deployment, she discovered that she was in need of a service dog herself.
I think it was 2014, I came back from a tour in Japan and had just been newly introduced to the idea of service dogs for something other than, as guide dogs or as hearing or mobility. And it was a new concept to me at the time, and fortunately I was able to find an organization in Georgia to help me out. I was stationed in North Carolina at the time.
She has since been with Coco, her current service dog, for 6 years.
Yes, they're all in the car.
But when training to have the dog by her side, the process would have been much more difficult without some help.
Up here in the UP, they're not being anywhere to really ask other than newly us. It can be very difficult. All you really have is like Google and YouTube here.
The eligibility for having one of these dogs varies.
It has basically any medical or mental health concern that substantially limits one or more major life activities.
These activities could include walking, sleeping, eating, even socializing with others. The most common individuals seeking Katie's services suffer from PTSD or depression.
It's one of those things that hyperactivity is a very common thing that people with PTSD have, where they have really heightened anxiety everywhere they go.
The service dogs are trained to take away some of that hyperactivity. Coco is also trained to alert Katie if someone is approaching her, create personal space around Katie to avoid unexpected interactions, and even turn on the lights to wake someone up from a nightmare.
What she would do is she would notice that person and she would walk right here. And what that would do is that would maintain that kind of a personal space, so I don't have to worry about someone sneaking up behind me or any other thing like that.
Katie is using her experience to help others by training service dogs along with their owners in the Escanaba area.
They are still training their dog. We essentially call it guided owner training just because I'm not a professional. Even though the structure is pretty much the same as a professional organization might be.
All the services being offered are currently free of charge. Although Katie has already offered various classes to residents across the UP, the organization is searching for a permanent venue for the services to be held at.
A lot of the stuff I do, I operate out of my home, and we use other spaces as we can. We were using Bike College, but obviously they're closed for the summer. For the summer, we will be using the Lions Club as much as we can. We are looking for another space because the Lions Club is not going to be able to accommodate us for every training session that we'll need to do. So if anyone knows of a place in the Escanaba area, we would certainly love to know about that.
One critical mission behind this organization is to give back something that these individuals may have lost.
It's so much easier to rely on a dog, and it gives you a lot more of your dignity back too, to rely on a dog as opposed to another person all the time.
If you find yourself in a situation where you are requiring the services that Katie is offering, or just have questions regarding how a service dog differs from an emotional support dog or therapy dog, you can contact her through the organization's Facebook page, UPER Service Dogs. Melanie Palmer reporting for ABC 10 and CW5 in Rapid River.